The second biggest obstacle to overcome for a new private investigator is getting the sale, closing that deal, and getting a signed contract from the client. I have seen over the years many great PIs struggle on the sales side of things. In fact, I have seen seasoned salespeople have difficulty selling PI services. Why is that, you ask? Great question indeed. You see, we work in a very unique, almost secretive, and even mystical profession, or at least that is what some people see the PI business as. But if the truth be known, our wonderful profession really is no different than any other service-related profession. This is a huge mental obstacle for the new PI to get over to be successful in sales. I know seasoned PIs who have been in business for 5, 10, even 15 or more years who still struggle with sales because they do not understand this. Now, no matter how mystical and magical our world may seem to everybody else out in the world, you as a professional private investigator understanding this is not the big secret to selling our services as a PI. This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. If you have done your marketing and your advertising correctly, then the customer calling you probably has some idea of what you can do for them. Or more accurately, they know what you say you can do for them. You see, folks, your ad on Google, your ad on Facebook, your ad in the newspaper, on the radio, or even on that huge billboard is just another ad to them. The difference right now is that they need, or at least they believe, that they may need your services. That customer really has absolutely no idea of what you do. That customer doesn't have a clue as to what training you have. That customer probably does not understand the complications of being a professional private investigator. What that customer probably does know is that you may be able to help them, and they know your phone number. They probably also already know 2 or 3 of your competitors' phone numbers and know that any of those PIs could possibly help them as well. When you advertise effectively for your business, you get the attention of potential clients. They are most likely also seeing all of your competitors' ads and phone numbers as well, especially if you are advertising online. So the phone rings, and you answer the phone in the most professional manner that you can. Hello, thanks for calling AFCO Investigations. This is John. How can I help you? Good job, you got that part right. You answered the phone, you've taken the biggest, most important first step to getting the sale. You answered the phone. Now you have the customer on the phone, you've asked them how you can help them. What is next, you say? Well, listening is next, folks. You listen to the client. You give them room to talk. Do not assume every pause is an opportunity for you to stop and throw in your sales pitch. This is one of the biggest mistakes that anyone can make while doing sales over the phone. I even do it myself from time to time, and then I kick myself in the old rear end for doing it. We can easily feel pressured to get that sale closed and get back to the next task at hand. Never look at your phone ringing as an interruption in your day. If you do, then this will most definitely show over the phone, and you will not be able to get that sale. As a professional private investigator, your business has many different departments. You have field investigations department, you have the marketing department, you have the accounting, payroll, accounts payable, accounts receivable department, you have the executive branch overseeing the operations, you have advertising department, client relations department, and the sales department, and probably a half a dozen other departments. And you probably have exactly enough employees to get all of that work done. One, that's it, just one employee. You. For the vast majority of all of us, we wear all of those hats: field investigation, accounting, payroll, accounts payable, accounts receivable, marketing, advertising, client relations, sales, and as the executive, you have to keep it all running smoothly. The biggest takeaway here, folks, is to always remember what hat you have on, and remember to switch hats to that sales hat when the phone rings and before you answer the phone. Answering your phone with other hats on, let's say your accounts payable hat is on, is not a good thing, folks. You will always be thinking about the bills, not the customer. Folks, in order to sell your services, you need to really know your customer's needs. Now, You answer the phone and you say, "What can I help you with?" But you have to keep this big secret in mind. The first thing out of your customer's mouth is not always what they really need. It is more what they perceive that they need. Let's look at it this way. Most people will take their car to the mechanic when it needs repaired, but they don't always know what is really wrong with their car. I know some folks know a lot about cars and they can probably figure it out most of the time. They just know that kind of a thing. Most people just know that their car doesn't work. They know they turned the key and it went rump and clank and it didn't start, and they called their mechanic. The mechanic's job then is to sell the customer on the work, but he needs to gather more information first so he knows what to look at first. Is it the starter that has an issue? Is it the battery, or is it a seized up engine? He will ask a few questions, let the customer talk, then diagnose the situation, and then give the customer their alternatives. As a professional private investigator, you must do the exact same thing, but with even more patience, folks. You need to let the customer talk and talk and talk some more. Then you need to ask pertinent questions that help you determine the best course of action. Then let that customer talk even more. While the customer is talking, you should be writing down everything and doing some research. You have a ton of information at your fingertips now, folks. You have their name, most likely, at least their first name, and their phone number. With this, in most cases, I am able to, without any cost, figure out where they live, most likely, and figure out some of their social media accounts and get some other information on them while I am talking to them. Taking all of this information into account, along with everything that they have told me, helps me then prepare a plan of attack for their case. Yes, I do research all of my clients, and a lot of that research is done while they're actually talking to me the first time on the phone. Now, if you have all of the details from the client, you can then give your sales pitch. That pitch should include reiteration of what they told you to make sure that you understand everything, as well options of services and prices for them to pick from. And you should include the answers of how each one of these options can help solve your customer's problem. In the close, something like this: which one of these options would you like to move forward with? You see, folks, the biggest kept secret to selling PI services is that there is really no one thing that does it all. There is no magic bullet, no mystical powers that you can obtain to ensure that you get the sales. You need to know your client and your client's needs. You need to know these inside and out before you ever give them an option, a price, or a list of services that you can provide. You need to listen, you need to listen, you need to listen some more while the customer talks and talks some more. Then you need to ask questions, and then you need to do some more listening. Let the customers talk. Keep the customer talking. The more they tell you, the more you can work out the best plan for their case and provide them with that perfect solution. When you do this, you will know that the services that you are suggesting are best for them, and it will show in how you present your solutions and you close the sale. Now, I often tell people motivation is good, but determination determines the outcome of the sale. Let me say it again. Motivation is good, but determination determines the outcome of the sale. We are all very motivated to get the sale. We have bills to pay. We have families to feed. We have obligations to meet. But that motivation, folks, will never close the sale. Your determination to get all of the information that you need to provide the customer with the perfect solution will get you the sale more times than not. You know why? Because your competitors answer the client something like this: yeah, we can help you for sure. We can get that started for about $1,000 retainer. You can send that retainer to... Yep, that's the way most sales calls go with PIs. Most PI sales techniques are very pushy, very not helpful, and very not determined. Be the exception to the rule, folks. Be determined to find out what the client really needs and provide a solution for them that fits their budget, folks, and you will succeed. Here's a quick shout out to my PI Guy Premium supporters. Eric Hutchinson, thank you so much for your 31 dedicated months of support. Eric Lewis, thank you for your 20 months of support. And A is A Investigations, thank you so much for your solid 5 months of support. If you would like more information on how to support the PI Guy channel, then click the join button down below.